Today we've got a special Father's Day episode for you guys. I'm going to be showing my dad how to wash his car. He just recently got a Honda CR-V. As you can see here, it's probably one of the nicest cars that he's owned, right?
Yep, it is.
And I want to make sure that he actually takes care of it, unlike his previous minivan that he had.
I don't know what happened.
I did get him a couple products for Father's Day. I got him the Adam's Car shampoo, the tire shine and an applicator pad. We have the wheel cleaner, and then also some spray wax. Alright, so the wheels and the tires are almost always going to be the dirtiest part of the whole car, so we're going to do those first. That way we're not like, you know, splashing the dirty water and stuff onto the car after we cleaned it. We're going to do that first. If you notice, the tires are kind of like a brownish color, and that's because they've got a preservative in them that keeps them from drying out and cracking. Well, as you drive, that preservative gets pressed up to the surface, and that's why they start to look brown in color. So we're going to start out with some rubber and tire cleaner and a tire brush. So spray that on there and get to it. It's crazy because they don't always look super dirty until you actually start to clean them. Since your car has plenty of wheel gap here, unlike any of my cars, you can actually use that brush to go inside there and clean the fender liner. So why don't you go ahead and do that? So next we have the wheel cleaner. Now this is pretty powerful stuff. It's got a chemical that will actually dissolve a lot of the brake dust on there. And the cool thing about this is that this will actually turn like a dark purple color, so you can actually see it working. Now just be aware that it's gonna smell pretty bad, so just be ready for it. But you wanna just spray the whole thing really good and you'll start to see it working.
If they'd had these products when I had the Mustang, that car would have been awesome.
But what did they have back then?
Soap and water.
Dish soap?
Yes.
So as a finishing touch, I like to use the tire shine. Now the thing that I like about the Adams tire shine is that it doesn't really leave it like greasy, and it's not gonna like sling off onto the body of the car. That's why I prefer this one. But yeah, what you're gonna do is just spray some on there and then just rub it onto the tire. Alright, what do you think so far?
It's looking good.
It's probably the cleanest they've been so far, right?
Pretty much.
So now that we've got the wheels and tires done, we can get onto the body of the car, and for that we're going to be using the 2-bucket method. So the idea behind this is that you have one bucket designated for your soapy water, and then you have one for your clean rinse water, and then in the bottom of each of these we have these grit guards. And then what this does is it separates the dirt and keeps that at the bottom. That way when you dip your wash mitt back in here, you're not just picking the dirt up and putting it back on the car. So the first thing that I like to do is just tip these over, rinse them out really quick, and then we'll fill these up with the soap and the water. Alright, so one common mistake that I see my dad making all the time is that he leaves his car washing stuff like in this dirty spot in the garage. I don't even think he washes it in between, right? Because mom gets mad if he uses like the washing machine, but it's all good because I brought you a clean one that I just washed this morning, so good to go. Yep. So what you want to do is you want to start at the top of the car and work your way down, because the top of the car tends to be the cleanest. That way you're not like starting at the bottom where all the dirt is and just smearing it up towards the top of the car. We'll start from the roof and work our way down. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the soap, wash one panel, then dip it back in here, and what you want to do is rub the mitt onto the grit guard, and that'll be sure that all the dirt and everything comes out of here. So yeah, let's get started. So once the wash process is finished, the last step here is just to put some wax on it. Now, my dad and I are both kind of pressed for time right now. We have to go to my mom's school. It's like her last day, so we're gonna help her clean up the classroom. So normally what I would do is something like this insulator wax. This is something that you hand apply with an applicator pad. You wait till it kind of dries to a haze, and then you can buff it off. So when you have more time, this will be in the garage for you.
Oh, thanks.
But for right now, we're just gonna use the spray wax. And the cool thing about this, it's really quick and easy to use, very minimal effort, especially like right now when we don't have a lot of time. And you can actually spray this on the car as you're drying it, kind of use it as a drying aid. So there you go, and I'll get you a towel.
All right, thanks.
So we just finished it up. You think you're gonna remember all these steps, or
I think I can do it.
Well, you have this video as a reference. So do you have any questions for me about it?
I have some questions. How long does it take you on average to wash your car?
I usually spend maybe an hour or an hour and a half on my car, depending on how dirty it is. Because I'm washing mine kind of frequently, I guess it doesn't get that dirty. But yeah, I'd say maybe an hour.
And so, how often do you clean your car?
Usually once a week. Yeah, I'd say that's about average for me, one time a week.
So you just have to keep yourself to that one time a week?
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, so if it rains or something, but yeah.
And do you ever feel like you're spending too much time with your car?
Not really, because, you know, I've said this before on the channel, I don't really think of myself as like a detailing guy. I mean, I want my car to be clean, but not to the point where I'm going to spend like an entire day, you know, working on it, but yeah.
Well, thanks again for the Father's Day gift. My car looks beautiful, and now I got the products to clean it.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, these are all going to be linked down in the description. And I just want to say thank you for letting me wash my car here. So ever since I moved out, we've kind of had like an unspoken agreement that I can wash my car as long as I mow the lawn. So that's what I've been doing. And
actually, it's been a spoken agreement.
Yeah, I guess it's spoken, but yeah, I do need to cut it, but. Yeah, it was a fun time. And
it was a fun time.
Happy Father's Day. I love you, Dad.
Thank you. Love you too.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.